yourselves a huge round of applause. 1 week away? Wow. As you think about it, right? What are you feeling?
Excited.
Excited? Nervous? Huh?
Happy.
Happy. Happy, yeah. Excited, nervous, and happy. I remember, yes.
Confident.
And?
Emoción.
Emoción. Sí. Emotional.
Emotional.
Proud? Yes. Confident. Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna win this thing. How about here? What are we feeling? Today. She's really happy. Today, really happy. I don't know about yesterday. Because it all starts with a feeling, yes? And then we have this, which is the music in the background. We have a voice that's talking to us, yes? All the time. Don't we? Who has a voice in your head that's talking to you all day long? Yes? And who has a voice that says to you, I'm a winner already?
Me.
I'm the best and we're all the best. There is no competition.
Yes.
I'm only competing with who? Myself. And it's all love, yes?
Yes.
Because what are we here to do? We're here to celebrate you. Celebrate your cultures, your countries. Celebrate the world. Put on the stage the beauty and the magnificence which is you, and your brilliance and your intellect and your grace and your leadership skills and your communication skills, to put that on the stage to say to the world, hey, this is who we are. Really, what are we here to do? We're here to remind everybody who we really are. By celebrating ourselves, we help the people at home, in their offices, in their business, celebrate themselves. Make sense? Give yourselves a huge round of applause. When Virgilia and I spoke, she mentioned to me that it's not easy. This is not easy. Who thinks this is super easy? It's not easy. You know, you have to come in and get your stuff, raise money. It's just, it's sacrifice time, energy, money, people, family, kids. Anybody got kids? Anybody have to make arrangements just to do this? This is a big commitment. So I'm just here to support you. It's my gift to you, my gift to Virgilia, and you know, this amazing 30-year. Let's give Virgilia a huge round of applause. 31 years. Woo! And so my goal for the end of this is to give you something that's going to change your life. Yes? Yes. Completely change your life. Yes. Because it's not about the competition next week. It's about your whole future. Who wants to have an incredible life?
Yes.
Who wants to have, at the end of your life, you look back at your life and you say, I did everything I could do. I was everything I could be. I had everything I could have. I'm good. I showed up. I did it.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a winner. So we're going to do a little mindset. And then the second thing, when I spoke with Virgilia, she mentioned skill set. Who'd like to learn how to raise money?
Me.
How to be a master communicator, right? How to get the money, yes? So how to learn effective communication. How to get, by the way, when you're looking for a sponsor, roughly how much is the average sponsor? What are we looking for? A few thousand, a few hundred, 10,000, 5,000?
500 per.
Okay, who had one sponsor that gave them more than $1,000? Okay, how much? One sponsor. One check or one.
How much?
Yes. 3,000, 4,000. Let's give her a round of applause. Who else? 2,000. Give her a round of applause. Miss Mexico. 2,000. 2,000. Give her a round of applause. It's not easy, right? And And how about the total amount? Who raised a total amount of, I don't know, more than 10,000? Anybody? Total? More than 7,005? Close? 10,000? 20 pages? How much did you raise in total? 501. So you raised 10,000. Let's give Miss India, Mrs. India, a round of applause. So, you have raised $10,000. I would like to share with you today how every girl in this room, lady, woman, girl, whatever, right? Whatever, I'm man and myself, how to raise at least $10,000, if not up to $50,000. Who would like to learn how to do that? Okay, so we're going to do some mindset, and then we're going to come up with a script. Because what I discovered is that we don't really have a script. We don't really know what to say, right? And how to say it. And we're going to make it a group exercise. I already have the script, but I don't want to just say, here's the script. I want us to co-create it together. I want you to own the script. Does that make sense? You put your own idea, your own personality, your own stuff. Plus, I get to get educated because I don't know exactly what the offer is and what the layout is. I don't know all the information, so we're going to get it together, okay? So the first thing I want to do is, by the way, give someone a high five to your left or to your right and say, you're amazing. You're amazing. How do I know? Okay, all right. Okay. No, I get it. That was crazy. I said, give someone a high five, say you're amazing, and it was just like. All right, right. Okay, ready? Cut. Take two. Okay, ready? 1, 2. All right. So give someone a high five next to you and say, you're amazing. And say to them, I love you. Because I love me too. And finally, we are all winners. We are all winners. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Okay, so mindset. Can everybody see this?
No, I can't.
If I go lower, then it will be hard. I mean, I could go higher. Can you see a little better? Can you all see it? All right. So mindset first. Who'd like to have an incredible future?
Me.
Have the best life? Okay, we're going to start with that, yes? So in order for us, by the way, I'm not the best circle drawer, but let's just go like this. Wow! Round of applause. But now I have to draw another sort of 5 or 6 circles inside the circle. Has anybody ever heard that we are complex? Human beings, yeah, we're simple. We want love, we want to give love. We all have the same basic human wants and needs, but yet we're also kind of complicated. You know, it's complicated, yes. So think of this like layers to the psychology of human being, right? So here's the person. And we're going to start with mindset. So my question to you is, if you want to have what they call this, let's go green. Do you want green? Orange? Let's go orange. If you want to have a great, let's make it a little darker. If you want to have a great life, what creates a great life? What creates a great life? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's one of the 6 things? Who's ever seen the movie The Secret, or read the book, or heard about the law of attraction? Yeah? Law of attraction. What's the last 6 letters in the word attraction? Action. Yes? Action. Now, do you know people that take bold action? They wake up early in the morning, they get to the gym, they've done more, they've accomplished more than other people in the first hour of their day than people accomplish in their whole day. You know somebody like that?
Me.
Right, go get her. Who is that? That's you?
Yeah.
All right, good. Let's give Miss Mexico a round of applause. Now, who knows someone who doesn't take action? I mean, here's the thing. The fact that you're here, you're the group that took what? Action. Because there's a lot of people that are not here. You're here because you took what? Action. Well, do you know someone that doesn't take action?
Yes.
Do you know someone who procrastinates?
Yes.
Yes? Procrastination, right? So the first is taking action. And some people don't do that, they procrastinate. Would you like to learn how to get rid of procrastination?
Yes.
Yes? Would you agree that all of us are procrastinating somewhere?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Something in our life, we're procrastinating somewhere. All right? So what's number 5? The word is behavior. Do you know someone that says, do this, you should do this, but they're not doing it? Do you know someone that says to you, don't do this, absolutely don't do it, but that's exactly what they do?
Yes.
Do you guys have, do you have papers and pens?
Yes.
Let's write some stuff down. Please. I want you to write this down. Does anybody not have paper and a pen? How many? Who doesn't have paper and pen? Well, you got extra pads. Do you need extra pens? Okay, let's take a 30-second break. Grab a pen. Because actually, what I'm sharing with you is what we get paid tens of thousands of dollars to teach corporations. And I'm just going to give it to you because. And by the way, do you know who this amazing woman is? No. This is Miss Veronica Larea. Give her a round of applause. So she's the founder of Transform and Thrive Project, where she goes to countries and helps educate, and not just women, just people in general, empower women and people. The last country we went to together was Brazil. We launched a coaching company in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and we're going to be going back. We also signed a deal to do trainings in China, and now we're in talks with Pakistan. Now that's going to be amazing. Wow. That's where my heart's at. My heart's at is go do this in the most interesting places in the world.
Have you been to the Philippines?
We haven't been to the Philippines yet,
Okay.
but we are about to go to the Philippines. Yes, we're going to do this in the Philippines.
About Thailand?
So she's not yet. We're going to. By the way, connect us to these places, and we'll do it. With Pakistan, we're not going there physically right now. We're just going to be doing live webinars for the companies and individuals. We're going to build a network, and then when they have enough and it makes sense, we'll actually go there. So we can do the same thing, and this can be free. We can start opening relationships with these countries and people for free. So, okay, so where was I? Everybody has a pen, yes?
Yes.
So this is the coaching that we give to, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. Anybody know anybody in real estate?
Yeah.
We train Century 21, Keller Williams, Sotheby's, Remax. Anybody know any financial companies like New York Life? We train New York Life, Mass Mutual, WFG. We train the number 1 teams in WFG right now. John Shin's team and a bunch of other people. And then a bunch of other stuff, car dealerships. So what I'm giving you is what they pay a lot of money for, right? And what I want to share this with you is because when you change, when I change, when we all change, we can do what? We can change the world. Yeah? So behavior. So when we talk about behavior, There's people that say they're going to do something, but they what?
We don't do it.
Their behavior does not match their what? Words. What we call that incongruency. Or if we were out on the street and had street language, we may say, "You're full of."
Shit.
Well, I didn't say it, you said
You
it.
said
You're full of, you're full of baloney. And when we say we're going to do something but we don't do it, we lose what? Respect. And people don't what? They don't trust us, right? So whenever you say something, you do it. Make sense? Simple principle of life. Number 4 is what? Now let me ask you a question. I want you to imagine I have in my hands a plank of wood that's about what, 8 inches wide, right? And I want you to imagine it's really long, maybe 100 feet long, and it's right on the floor. You all watch gymnastics, yes?
Yeah.
Right? So the balance beam in gymnastics is like 3 inches. It's much more narrow. This is maybe 6 inches or 8 inches wide, 100 feet long. If I put it on the floor, and ladies, you can take your high heels off, both feet can fit on there. How many of us could say, I could walk? I can walk. I mean, it's wide. Both feet fit. You can walk from one side to the other side, yes?
Yes.
Right? Yes?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this. What if I take that same plank of wood and I raise it 250 feet off the ground over shark-infested waters, and they're hungry. The sharks are really hungry, and there's no safety net. Who would walk it? There's always, give him a round of applause. There's always some crazy, you're just as crazy as I am. Okay, now let me ask you a different question. Because you like sharks maybe, yes, you like the water. Now there's no water, there's no sharks. All that's beneath you is solid concrete. When you hit, who would walk it? There's always 2 or 3. Give him another round of applause. But if we actually really had it, I'm sure that you'd be like, yeah, let's go have a party. I'll do that later.
I would do it.
Of course we would do it, right? So, beliefs. Who knows someone that in their life, maybe someone, a friend, a family, someone you know in business, where they're playing at this level in life, but you know they could be doing better? Right? Maybe they're making this amount of money, struggling, but they have the potential to do way better. Because here's the thing, if you can walk on the plank of wood when it's on the ground, from one side to the other, when it's on the ground, it's the same plank of wood, same length, same person, same motion, same everything. But yet they'll do it here, you raise it here, and they go, I'm out. They don't even try. Why? They believe that they're going to fall. Here, they don't care. They're not limited. I could go like that, just get back on. But there, they won't do it. But how many of us know people that won't even try? Because the belief is, I will fall. Right? So write this down, fear of failure. Fear of failure, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough. All these limiting beliefs, we were not born with them, were we? Who was born, came out of their mama's wombs, came out of your womb like, I'm the belief of I'm not good enough. No, we were never born with any of that. If anybody in this room has any limiting belief, like I'm not good enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'll never this or whatever, just know that you weren't born with it. It's a learned belief. It's a learned behavior. You learned it as a small kid from someone else who was failing and didn't know any better, and it's not your truth. Make sense? Say I. No. I got this. All right, next one, beliefs. Who would you consider the most famous person in television broadcast history? Someone said it. The most famous person, the longest TV show.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey. Yes? We all know her, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
$4 billion woman. Grew up in poverty. Orphanages. Even got raped in an orphanage. Gave birth to a baby. The baby dies right after birth. She went through a lot of stuff. A lot of suffering. But yet, where is she at? Amazing woman, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, she was on the red carpet one time and she was being interviewed, and the person said, "Why do you still work? I mean, you're now a billionaire, you're famous, you've got all the money. Why do you still show up? Do you know what it takes to do this? 25, you've done this, you're doing this show, right?
Yes.
For what, 3 months, 4 months? Imagine doing this
For the rest of
3-4 times a year after year for 25 years in a row, and you're still showing up. And you're the one person all the eyeballs are on, and you've got the stress of the whole thing. Imagine what, yeah? So they asked her, "Why do you still work?" She said, "Well, why do I still work? Well, why do I still work out?" She thought it was a joke, why do I still work out? Well, the person said, "Why do you still work?" She says, "Well, I will never stop." Because she says, the possibilities are infinite. How many people do we have on the planet now? 8, 7.5, 8, whatever, 8 billion. How many people are on Facebook? 2.5 billion people, active users on Facebook. Which means there's another 5 point whatever billion people on this planet. They're not even engaged in social media and probably don't even know who she is. They're not even on Facebook. So she says there's still billions of people on this planet that I haven't yet touched. I will never stop. Make sense?
Yes.
Who knows who Richard Branson is?
Yes.
Virgin Records, Virgin Galactic. He and Elon Musk. By the way, Elon Musk is pretty amazing, yes?
Yes.
You know what Elon Musk said? He said, "I will die on Mars." He said, "But I will not die on impact." Interesting. I will spend the rest of my life on Mars, and I'll die on Mars. These are visionaries. So when Oprah is asked, "Why do you still work?" she said, "I will never stop because it's infinite possibilities." Well, then she was asked, "Well, why do you still work out?" Because she's the one that brought it up. It wasn't like the person asked her about exercise, but she brought it up. So he goes, "Well, why do you still work out?" She said, "Well, I just don't want to have a fat." That's what she said. "I don't have that butt." So let me ask you a question. For those of you who know a little bit about Oprah, which area of her life, career or health and fitness, has she been amazing in?
Career.
Which area has she struggled in? And they say, "I'm just big boned," right? People say, "I'm just big boned." Well, if you didn't have any of your flesh and you were just the bones, by the way, the bones are the same, about pretty much the same size as anybody else's bones. So it's about a mindset. So she said, "I just don't want to have a fat." So that's the area she's had to struggle in. Yes? So if you want to learn a little bit about psychology, who has a goal you want to achieve in your life? Who has a goal you want to achieve in your life? How you speak about your goal. It needs to be towards the vision of what you want, not what you don't want. Most people, 95 to 97% of this world, their goal is, "I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be, their goal is, "I don't want that." Well, guess what they get? That's what they get. Because that's what they're focused on. And if you don't believe me, I'll give you a simple example. Imagine you have to get in perfect shape for something like this, right? So what happens, right? What happens? You get in shape for this because you're going to be on stage, and you certainly don't want to look out of shape, right? You don't want to be out of shape. So you get in shape, and then it happens. You go out, you look great. What happens to the motivation after the event? Now that you lost weight, or now you're in shape, or now you have some money in the bank, Now you get comfortable. What happens? What do we typically do? We're creatures of what? We go back and we start eating the cake. We go start spending the money, and then our bank account gets lower and lower. The weight gets back on. So that's the thing. You've got to focus on the greater vision. Now, when Oprah was making 100 million, do you think she stopped?
No.
Why? Was her goal to not be broke? No, her goal was not even 100 million. It was billions of people. So you got to have a big vision. And stop focusing on what you don't want in your life. Stop focusing on what you want to move away from in your life. Things that you don't like. You start focusing on what you want. So write this down. I will, from now on, focus on what I want. I will, from now on, focus on what I want, not what I don't want. If anybody in here has negative thinking, you're stressed, or you're fighting, or you're arguing, or you're complaining about something in this competition, or even outside this competition, that's a sign to you you're focusing on what? What you don't want. Never focus on the conflicts and the fights and the issues. Focus on what you want to create instead. And I can tell you, 97% of the planet is focused on what they don't want. And that's why they keep getting exactly what they don't want. Make sense?
Yeah.
You can write this down too. You will never get enough of what you don't want. That's a quotation. You will never get enough of what you don't want. You will keep getting what you don't want. Because your focus is on the wrong thing. Where focus goes, energy flows. Where focus goes, energy flows. Make sense?
Yes.
Who's having a realization, a breakthrough, a mindset shift? We all are, yes? We all have to be. All right, what's the next one? Values. Okay, so I didn't finish values. Yes, I did, kind of. You want to value moving towards your vision instead of values ending a problem. Make sense? You want to value going towards your vision instead of value moving away from what you don't want. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Anybody have any questions on that? Let me take a 30-second pause. Does anybody have a question on that? Because anybody have an example in your life where this is useful to you in your life? Give me an example in your life. Okay, actually, face right here. Go ahead.
Always try to be a good person.
Okay, a little bit louder. Because you always try to be a good person.
Okay, so I always try to be a good person, because I always feel like no matter who you're speaking to, it could be anybody, the person that's helping you get dressed or trying to find an outfit for you, a waiter, anything. You never know who it is. They could help you too. They could always help you. And it doesn't matter if they could give you anything or not. Just the fact that you're a good person, it makes you feel good inside, and then that eventually is gonna reciprocate also with something else.
Yeah, so focus on what you want and focus on always showing up as a good person. Yeah? The universe is watching, or you could say God or source or intelligence or Jesus or Allah, whatever. Everybody gets to choose what they want to believe. It's always watching. It's always aware. So absolutely, let's give a round of applause. Okay, take 30 seconds, face your partner, and share what have you got so far today in our talk that's useful for you in your life. Share. Go. 30 seconds each. Go. We still good with this? Still good? What's up? What's up? What's up? Who do we have here? Yeah. All right. Give each other a high five and say, I got this. All right. So now, the next one. is emotions. Someone mentioned it earlier, right? Emociones. See? Emociones. Who knows someone who they spend more time in negative emotions?
All of us.
Anger,
All of us. I do that too. I do it.
angry, sad, fear. Oh, you can't do that. This could happen. What if the sky's gonna fall? This is gonna happen. It's just all, fear. Or anger, sadness, fear. Or they're always, the victim or hurt by someone or something. Or they feel guilty or shame or resentment. Or jealousy. Jealousy, big problem, yes? Jealousy. By the way, jealousy is like giving someone jealousy is like drinking poison and expecting someone else is going to die. Resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. You're only hurting yourself. It's just Huh? Yeah. Let me go into jealousy real quick because this is good because you guys are a team. Do you guys realize that you're a team? The biggest issue why jealousy exists is because people are comparing. And it's not easy. You're in a competition kind of thing where they're going, okay, they're comparing. I get it. But it's not. It's about the journey. It's about leadership. It's about cultural diversity. It's about you bringing you're only competing with yourself. So stop comparing. You want a life of misery? No. You want a life of misery?
No.
I'll tell you exactly how you do it. Compare yourself to others. You will be miserable. There will always be someone younger, prettier, more money, more this, more that. That is a life of misery. Stop comparing. Instead, replace that with love. Love your brother or sister. Don't compare yourself to your brother or sister. And actually, if someone looks amazing and does amazing, celebrate them. Because guess what you're doing? When you celebrate someone else winning, you're saying to yourself, it's okay for me to win.
Yeah.
Right? When you're hating on someone else who's winning, your subconscious mind, right, takes everything personally. So it goes, well, if they're so bad because they're winning, then we certainly shouldn't win because we're going to be bad, so we won't win. So when you celebrate someone else's winning, what you're doing is you're giving you permission to yourself to what? Win, yes? How many of us would say, who would say that the thinking of the world, not everywhere, but in quite a few places, the thinking of the world is upside down. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's completely reverse of what it really should be. And that's why we're where we're at. That's why we have the wars, and that's why we have the stuff. And that's why you ladies are learning what you're learning because you're the voice. I'm the voice, you're the voice. Put your hand up together and go, we are the voice.
We are the voice.
All right. So finally, the center, right here, in the center of creating this great life is the what?
Perfection. Perfect you.
The perfect you. Who's the most famous artist or sculptor of all time?
Me.
Exactly. Say me.
Me.
And who else in the history of mankind?
God.
God, yes, for sure. God's the creator, ultimate creator, yes. Who is in history considered one of the greatest artists or sculptors and painters of all time? Picasso, Michelangelo. Now, Michelangelo, they all are. But let's go with Michelangelo. Michelangelo was asked one day, he was asked, how do you create such beautiful art? Who's seen his stuff? The statue of David, the statue of Moses, the paintings at the Sixteenth Chapel. Like, how do you do that? Like, by one man. Incredible. So the person asked him, how do you create such perfect art that will be remembered for thousands of years?
Yeah.
You know, there's people creating art every day. No one even buys it, let alone remembers it for 1 year, let alone 5 years. This man's art's being remembered, going to be remembered for thousands of years. He says, I go to a quarry. You know a quarry? Where they have the marble, right, from the earth, a quarry. He says, I see these big blocks of marble. He says, in this moment, he says, God inspires in me, in my eyesight, this image of this sculpture inside the marble. So he sees it. And then he takes his equipment, they haul it, ropes, and they put it on a device, and they pull this big piece of marble back to his workplace. He takes a chisel and a hammer. Michelangelo, this is his response, and he starts to chip away at everything that's not the perfect statue, removing all the, you know, because he saw the vision of the sculpture. So he removes everything that's not the sculpture. He removes all of it, leaving just nothing but the what? The perfect statue itself. He removes everything but what's the perfect statue. Then he says to the interviewer, he says, I don't know, you know, if you're receptive to this, but it's not just how I do art, it's how I do everything. When I look at people, I see the perfect you in you. I see the perfect you in you, the unstoppable you. The you that can be anything you want to be, that can do anything you want to do, that can have anything you want to have. I see it in you. Do you see it in you?
Yeah. Yes.
What is our excess marble? What is the stuff that is not us that we carry around? Carrying around. The weight. The lies. The lies we tell ourselves about ourselves. I'm not good enough. Lie. I'm not smart enough. A lie. I will never be a lie. No. All of it's a lie. It's an illusion. It's the excess marble. Focus on what you want, yes, not what you don't want, and also see the divinity in you. So, in order for you to create a great life, not just for you, but for the world, what needs to change?
My mentality.
The mentality. We get to get rid of procrastination. Number one, who'd like to get rid of procrastination? Number two, we get to, when we say we're going to do something, we get to do it, which means we get to become,
One.
you know, yeah, they call it in seminars, they call it integrity. You know, you make a promise to yourself, to other people, you do it. You know how to lose power in life?
Yes.
Say you're going to do stuff and don't do it, and your character and your personality gets weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker to a point where you have no character left. It chips away. Every time you say but you don't do it, you just chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away. And I've spent my whole life doing this stuff. Yeah? Who knows someone who went through some tough stuff as a kid? Okay? You know, unfortunately, there's a lot of dark stuff out there, yeah? So for me, a lot of my childhood was, you know, people look at me and they go, you look like you had a perfect life. I mean, you just look great life, you're this, that. No. I had an extremely traumatic childhood. And I can say it because I'm over it. And I've turned my lemons to lemonade, right? So all kinds of abuse. And look at how beautiful we are regardless of it. Yes?
Yes.
Nothing happens to you. Write this down. You've heard this before. Nothing happens to you. Nothing happens to you. Everything happens what? For you. Nothing happens to you. Nothing happens to you. Everything happens what? For you. Even right now, if you're going through something in your life that's tough for you, it's not happening to you. It's happening what? For you. Because life is there to build the muscle. The life is there to build the muscle to overcome the thing. So if you have no weight, you're not dealing with any stress, you will never grow. If you're not dealing with any challenging times, you will never grow. In fact, it's the greatest gift that you've been given is challenges, because that is where you're building the muscle, and then eventually those challenges are nothing. Then you got a bigger challenge.
That's the contrast. That's the
Huh?
contrast.
Yes. Yes. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay. Beliefs. Who has a limiting belief like the ones I've just described? How many of us are human?
Yes.
If you're human, you have the stuff that I'm talking about. You got it all. We all have it. Right? So why not just love each other? We're all dealing with it. There's no one who's got it more than you do. They got their own stuff. Have compassion, have love for each other. Make sense?
Yes.
Values. Who'd like to discover what drives you? What motivates you?
Me.
How to tap into your true drive, true motivation. Yes? Who do you respect? Who do you revere? Name me 3 people, 3 women, empowered women that you admire. Not the one I mentioned already.
My mom.
Michelle Obama, my mom.
My grandma. My grandma.
Grandma, who else?
My Nina.
My who?
My Nina.
My Nina. You have a kid, a daughter?
No, my Nina, like my Nina.
Like a godparent.
She's my godmother.
Oh, God, Nina. Nina means godmother.
My mom.
Your mom. Mom. And this woman,
Virginia.
Virginia. Do you realize she's the reason why you're here?
Yes.
Do you realize she's showing you? She's showing you what you get to do. She's showing you what you get to do, how you get to live. She's right now lifting up 50 women, single-handedly.
She is the best teacher.
You know, blood, sweat, tears, and all of it. It's not easy. It's stressful. Do you think she has to get up and do you think she has to get up and bark? Your walk's not right. This not right. Do you think she has to do that? She doesn't have to do any of that. She could just go, hey, that's on you. She cares so much that she wants to take her chisel and her hammer and she wants to chip away at your excess marble for you so that you can become the greatest that you can be in life. And that is the reason why she's here doing this. Let's give her a round of applause. Any questions on this before we get to the money? Because we're going to go to the money too. It's not just personal growth. It's not just becoming excellent. It's also making money. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So any questions on this so far before I get into the next thing? By the way, write this down because I know you guys are busy next weekend. We have an event next weekend, but we have an event in January. So next weekend is 16 to 17.
The 16th.
16th is Saturday. So we have our event 16 to 17. I don't know if you have something, if you're free on the 17th. I don't know, maybe you are, maybe you're busy. If that's too soon, our next event is January 25, 26. We help you bust through this stuff. All this stuff, you can let go of all this stuff and change your life. January 25, 26. Also, December 2nd and 3rd. So if you're free in December, come see Veronica or me, or if you're free in January 25, 26,
Where? Second or
here,
third?
LA.
Second or third?
December 2nd and 3rd is in LA, and January 25, 26 is also in Los Angeles. We do a lot of our events at Embassy Suites in the city of Brea, which is 20 minutes east of downtown LA.
Is that a part?
Huh?
Do you have any social media stuff?
Okay, my name on social media, Kaya.
So you guys can follow Kaya on social media as Kaya Redford.
So Kaya, last name Redford, Redford. Kaya. Think Maya with a K, Kaya.
Kaya.
And last name Redford. Redford.
Then you guys can please text to 562.
And get your phones out real quick, and you're going to send a text, and we're going to send you some free.
Good idea.
We're going to send you some free coaching.
0089. So that's 562
All right.
632 0089.
562 632 0089.
So text me your first, last name, and your email address, please. And we're gonna send something very special only for this group. Right?
We may actually do a private thing like this again for you. We're going to speak with Virgilia.
Do we have to put anything on there?
Just your first, your last name, and your email address, and you're all set.
To that number and you're good. Okay. Everybody good? All right. So the next thing is how do I become a master communicator? I haven't talked about that yet, right? I talked about your core, your leader, your mindset, your belief systems and so forth. So now it's communication. So what you're learning is some effective communication tools that have been studied by Ronald Reagan. Who knows, familiar with Ronald Reagan?
Yeah.
Former US President Ronald Reagan. It's been studied by former President Bill Clinton. It's been studied by Oprah Winfrey, Richard Branson. So this is effective communication skill sets that we also coach and train in our coaching. So now let's talk about the script. I'm going to give an opportunity to anybody in this room to stand up, and in 30 seconds, imagine you are in the elevator with Oprah. No, maybe not, because you're going, oh, Oprah. No. So imagine you're in the elevator with someone who gives money to charity. Someone who is maybe a male or female, you know they're connected. One of their things that they love is to empower women. And you are in the elevator for 30 seconds and you want to do your best to make an impression and get someone to, sponsor you. Right? So who'd like to take a crack at it? What this is going to look like, you're going to stand up. You're going to imagine you're meeting this person, myself or Veronica, in the elevator, and you have 30 seconds to do your thing. The purpose of it is at the end of it, you want to somehow, some way, get a phone number, get a contact phone number, and actually have an opportunity to maybe have them sponsor you, whether it's at this event next week or maybe to help you start a company with you, an idea, whatever. It doesn't have to be just this. Make sense? On your marks, get set, go. Who's up?
How many?
Perfect. Give yourselves a round of applause. Perfect. I love it. Ready? I will never say this. This is the only time I'll ever say this. Fail! Fail! This is the only time I'll say this. That's what that was. You had an opportunity and you did exactly what everybody else does. You all just got scared. And that is exactly what will stop you achieving anything you want to achieve in your life. Can't do that. Given an opportunity to speak up, own your power, own your voice, own your beauty, own your idea, you got to step up to the plate and do it. What's going to happen next Saturday? When someone gives you the opportunity, are you going to play small or are you going to play big?
Big.
Okay. Will we judge anybody who gets up in the next 30 seconds, who has courage to get up and say, I don't even know exactly what I'm going to say, but I'm going to just do it? Are we going to judge that person for having courage?
Yes.
Are we going to celebrate ourselves for playing small and judge them for them taking a risk? No. So, opportunity again. Go. Boom. Go ahead. 30 seconds. Go.
Who am I talking to, Oprah?
You're speaking to someone in the elevator who you know is very charitable and who gives and who cares about women empowerment, and you want to, see what you can do in 30 seconds. Go.
Hi, my name is Melissa, and I see that you are here in the same elevator as my colleagues. I would like to have you work with you because I am actually running a business real
Give her a huge round of applause. Stay standing. All right. Let's give her feedback. Now, what is feedback? Feedback comes from what? Only from love. Feedback is what was working. We're going to start with what was positive. Then when we're complete, we're going to go with what could be improved. Not what you messed up or what you screwed up. No, what could be even better. Even the feedback on what could be improved is stated as moving towards positive vision, not not a criticism. Okay? And then we'll do finally overall what she did good. So that will be sandwich feedback. Write this down. You're learning another tool. You want to be a master communicator with people? When someone's doing something that you like or you don't criticize them. Even if they do something you don't like, don't criticize them. Tell them the 2 or 3 things they're doing good, then what you think they could do better, and then overall what they did good. Notice that's sandwich. In the middle is what's not working. At the top is what they did well, and at the bottom is overall what they did good. That's called sandwich feedback. When you use sandwich feedback to people, they will be what? Receptive. When you go to criticize people, you will shut them down. Make sense? All right, stand up. First name again? Melissa. So what were 3 things, and just one words. Yeah, just speak a little louder so you can. What were 3 things that she did good?
She was very friendly, she was very sweet, and she
Friendly,
showed the book.
sweet, and
She showed the book.
showed the book. Okay, what else? What else worked for her? Yes.
She displayed very happy and nice smile and very secure.
Happy, nice, smile, secure. One more.
She was precise.
Action. She action.
She took action.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. In fact, that you could stop. You don't even need to say anymore. She did what 99% people don't do it. She took action.
Yes.
That's it. Make sense? And what was yours too? Someone else, you right here.
She was precise and
Precise.
she was professional. She had the courage to do it.
There. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Stein. Now, what's something she could do better? Again, it's not a criticism. It could have been even good, but it could have been even more, or a little bit different. Coming from love. Not coming from no, just kidding.
She could have talked louder.
She could have talked louder, projecting the voice. Absolutely. Yes.
Elegante y reservada.
Elegante y reservada. Elegant and reserved. Yeah, I would agree. I think the voice. And write this word down, authentic. Write this word down, authentic. Sometimes when you've got 40 people looking at you, speaking, it puts a little pressure on you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now you feel like you need to perform, or you need to be perfect. And so it's best actually to not have to do that and just be you. Write this down. Water. Be like water. Bruce Lee. Be like water. Flow. Don't try to be anything but who you are. Be authentic. That's what the audience wants to see on Saturday. Not just when you walk, but when you answer the questions. I'm assuming you're answering questions. No answering questions? Okay, well, I'll ask you some questions. All right. Who is the 23rd U.S. President of the... No. I don't even know that. I'll ask you questions I don't even know. Okay, perfect. Should we do one more? I think we're good. You want to do one more role play? One more? Okay. Who's next? One more. By the way, you'll know it's your turn because you'll be standing up and already talking. Who's next?
Are you sure?
Let me ask you. So when let me ask you. When in your life do you stand up, take action, but then you give someone else There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with what you did. This is sweet. But is this what you do in your life?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
No,
She's really sweet.
I love, I mean, you like,
It was sweet. I just wanted to make sure.
I agree, I train a lot of women.
Okay.
So I'm very happy.
Okay, good. Just checking. All right, go ahead. All right, you're up. Costa Rica. By the way, we're going to Costa Rica.
Oh, really?
We're going to be doing a training in Costa Rica with our friend Ruben in the next, I don't know, 3 to 6 months. Yes. Oh, she's coming all the way up. Okay. Okay. All right. Hi. Oh,
How are you? I'm Crystal Vargas.
I'm doing great. Nice to meet you. Yes.
I come from Atlanta and I'm trying to build my own business. So
Okay.
I wanted to know if you want to get involved. I'm trying to raise this company that helps women to be the best version of themselves. So by doing that, of course, it's need funds, and I want someone that wants to be part of the big movement that's going to touch a lot of people. Would you be interested to have a conversation with me? Maybe give me your phone number, your card, and I can give you more information later.
Let's give her a huge round of applause. Right here. All right. 3 things working. 3 things working. Okay, what didn't work? No, I'm just kidding. 3 things working. I know that she was facing this way, so for some of us, you were looking at her back, and that's awesome. 3 things working. Go ahead.
She made eye contact and she shook her hand.
She made eye contact. She shook my hand.
She was very determined, she was confident, and she was bold.
Determined, confident, prepared. Boom, boom, boom.
She went right to the point.
Right to the point.
Right to the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
She said that the most thing could catch someone's attention for the first 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Yes. Call to action. Wow. I'm going to invite you to the advanced program since you all know the basics of call to action. That was very, very good. Okay, so what could be improved? What to be aware of or to be improved? Write this down. The biggest room in the world. The biggest room in the world. This is what you will think from now on in your life. The biggest room in the world. It's not the White House. It's not the Coliseum. It's not the Dome. It's not the whatever. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are. There's always room for what?
Improvement.
You will grow till you die, and maybe even after you're dead, you still grow. You're still growing. All right. So what could she improve?
Maybe connect to like why you would be interested and maybe elaborate more why it's really interesting.
Yeah. Who did the talking?
I did.
What information did she get about me?
Nothing.
Did she do any listening?
No.
Who did she make it about?
Herself and her program.
Herself and her cause, which was kind of cool. Did she make me feel special?
No.
Did she see me?
Yes, she said.
Did she see a checkbook? Did she see some moolah?
Waiting for the money.
Yeah, so there's things that she could improve, and we also know she has 30 seconds. You know, it's not easy. Correct? And if you're breaking the ice, she did a lot of good stuff. She did what she could to break the ice. And if given more time, you would have asked the questions. Overall, what did she do good? What did she do good?
She took action.
She took action. That's the biggest message here today. I know it's silly, and I know you heard it, but it stops everybody. The people that take action and the people that don't. You don't take action, you're not doing anything, right? Let's give her a huge round of applause. a lot of confidence, and that was really good. Okay, so I'm in talks right now with a man called Art. His name is Art. His name is Art Lewin. He's the #1 clothier. If he's here, maybe online. What's up, Art? Art Lewin is the #1 clothier voted by American Express. He dresses William Shatner. I don't know if you know that, if you like Star Trek. He dresses a bunch of the people that are going to the Oscars. He dresses the NBA players. He's a clothier. And so we're hosting, Veronica and I are hosting for the second year Samira's Network's Oscar viewing gala. Some of us were there last year, yes?
Yes.
Who was there last year? 750 people at the Hilton Universal in Universal City. This year we're expecting 1,000 people and a lot more celebrities. So it's on Friday. You can definitely write this down too. February 9th. Not Friday. Sunday, February 9th, Oscar night. And so there are people being at the Oscars. There'll be people being at Vanity Fair, people being at Elton John's, but a lot of those are not viewing galas. That we'll have ours, which will be amazing. So I called Art and I said, Art, you want to be a sponsor? I said, I got my suits and stuff. I got my tuxes and stuff, but you do the bespoke. I could get me a nice little bespoke little thing. And I said, would you like to be a sponsor for the event? He says, Kaya, you need to know I'm winding down. I'm in Palm Springs. I only come twice a week. And I only, work with, certain celebrities. I'm not putting money into events and I don't need the party. I don't need the attention. I know exactly where my write this word down, ROI. ROI. Return on what? Investment. There's 2 people that you will probably speak to about raising money in the future. Family and friends or business. Family and friends, there's not much I can teach you about that. They already love you. They may give you money because they want to see you win. They want to see you learn. So there's not much, but even family and friends, they should get a return on investment, yes? And the other one is business. Art is a friend, but he's also business. So the first thing I said to Art, write this down. We're going to go through steps on a script now. First thing you want to do is, hi, my name is, or hi, you are, get to know each other. Number 2 is build rapport. So first one is hi. Number 2 is build rapport. We're going to go through the steps and then we're going to create a script. The steps, hi, build rapport, and then step 3, get curious. Write the word down, curious. You want to get curious about who? About the other person, correct? You want to find out who they are, what they do, what makes them tick. So you could say to me, if I were you, what's your first name again? Crystal. Crystal, hi. I'm Crystal. Come up real quick. So you could say to me, okay, let's say you're Kaya and I'm Crystal. Hi, I'm Crystal. What's your name?
Kaya.
Ah, awesome. Yeah. You look really sharply dressed. I'm curious. What do you do? And then, see my hand here?
Yeah.
And then the hat, then come down. What do you do? You look really sharp. You look like you're going to a meeting, or I'm curious. What do you do? See what I'm doing? Within the first 5 to 10 seconds, I'm doing what? I acknowledge them. Remember the 6 components of effective communication from last time? Light, fire. Well, I won't get into that. I won't go into the same teaching. The first thing I'm going to do is acknowledge them. And when I acknowledge them, I'm going to turn it into a what? A question. Acknowledge them and turn it into a question to find out what? About Kaya. I'm curious, what do you do? You look really sharp. You look like you're going to go to a meeting. So I'm curious, what do you do?
I'm a public speaker.
You're a public speaker? Oh, that's amazing. Amazing. How long have you been doing that? How long have you been doing that?
years.
15 years, 20 years. That's amazing. Yeah, and I do a little bit of that too, and I'm also in a beauty pageant. I'm curious, are you looking for more clients in your business?
Yeah, I'm always spending.
Yeah. Would you like to have your brand be exposed to 1,000 people?
Of course.
Yeah. I'm asking questions. And what is
That'd
he
be
what
interesting.
and what is he already saying to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Basically, of course means what? Yes. If I could show you, this is the end of the script. If I could show you how we could work together and I can expose your company and your brand to over 1,000 people in next week, and then also have you featured in a magazine that's going to get you in front of all extra media people, would that be something of interest to you?
I'm open for a conversation.
Open for a conversation. Okay? Completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's the biggest? What she did was great. Don't get me wrong. She actually was great. She didn't even fumble. It was like da-da-da-da-da. What's the difference between the approach she used and the approach I'm using?
That you show me what's in
You're
it
gonna
for
take
me.
more than
I'm showing her what's in it for who? For her. Write the word down again. ROI. Return on what? I don't even have to ask her for the phone number. Him, Kaya. He's going to want my phone number
Yes, right.
because he wants to get in front of 1,000 people. And by the way, I do want to get in front of 1,000 people. Hello? And so do we all. Right? So what are we learning? Step 1. Hi.
Hi.
You know,
Build a rapport.
I'm so and so. What's your name? Boom. Step 2, compliment. You know, if it's a woman, you know, I love your earrings. I love your hair. You know, your class and your elegance. I'm curious, what do you do? Then the step 3 is I'm curious, what do you do? Then when you find out what they do, I'm an attorney. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a this, I'm a that. Do you think you have some valuable information?
Yeah.
Do you think your brain can now calculate what's the best angle for me to approach them now that I know they're an attorney? Now that I know that they're a book writer? Wouldn't you want 1,000 people to learn about your book? See, now I know. So the other approach is I'm going to take this bowl of spaghetti and I'm going to swing it and it's going to land and whatever sticks on the wall is going to stick. This approach, every single conversation I have, I can actually close. Make sense? Who am I focused on, me or them? Who wants the deal, me or them? Them. They want the deal because I'm making the ROI for them. Make sense? All right? So at this point, I have your interest, right? Because you want to be in front of. So at this point, I would say step 4, I think, step 4, right?
Yeah.
Is, I know we just met and I know you're probably busy, you're running off somewhere. Should we exchange phone numbers and maybe set up a time tonight or tomorrow to speak? The event's actually next weekend, so I would recommend we speak soon. And I can give you all the what? All the details. Right? I want to respect his time because maybe he's rushing. So here, exchange phone numbers. And then before he leaves, I'm going to set up an appointment. That's step 5. You have to set up the phone appointment. Number 4 is exchange phone numbers or email. And then step 5 is set the appointment. Never, ever, ever leave meeting someone without setting up an expectation for the next follow-up. Don't do the business card thing. This goes nowhere. This goes absolutely nowhere and does nothing. Set the appointment. So I have your number. So what would work better? By the way, have you ever heard of, who's ever been to any kind of sales trainings and stuff? Anybody? No. Write this down. Illusion of choice. This is a little advanced. Illusion of choice. If I say to you, do you want this, yes or no? You may say yes, you may say what?
No.
I may get a no. So I'm not going to say, do you want this, yes or no? I'm going to say, should we chat Tuesday or Thursday? No matter what you pick, the answer is what? Yes. Okay, Thursday. Okay, Tuesday? Okay, perfect. Morning or afternoon?
Afternoon is better.
Yeah. I'm not saying, do you want to speak in the morning? She may say what? No. I'm asking an either or question. So the brain goes, this one or this one. It doesn't even think of no. You're removing no out of the conversation. This is increasing your closing ratio. Because you're all closers. Say, I am. A closer. And an opener. I open up the relationships.
I open up
The relationships, yeah. Okay, good. Let's give her a round of applause. That was amazing. Yeah, you did good. Really good. Okay, step one. What's step one? Hi. What's your name? Right? Step two.
Build rapport, compliment.
Build rapport, give them a compliment. Right? Let's give me an example. Give a compliment to, please stand, ladies. Give me an example. If she was a stranger, you never met her before. If she was a stranger, you never met her before. Give me an example. Hi, my name is, and you are, great. Now, give an example of what compliment you could give her, or her, and then how you would turn it into the question to find out who they are and what they do. Go. Who wants to take a crack at it? Right away. Your hand move first. Stand up.
Hi, my name is Niza. Amelia, I noticed you have some really beautiful sunglasses and a matching shirt. Where did you get that? Oh, really? Tell me more about why you bought that shirt.
That shirt, I just love it. It made me feel like I'm a queen for a moment.
Yeah, were you a queen before? Were you a queen before? Were you in any pageants before, or is it just something that you... Somewhat. Oh, tell me more. Tell me more about your experience as a queen.
Well, as a queen, it was such a beautiful experience that I never thought that I would be one of them.
Say pause. Okay, give her feedback. What's working? Well, we'll applaud her later. What's working? Huh? Curious. She's making it about who? Her. What else? Complimenting. What could be improved? It's taking 30 seconds. It took a little long. Can I, with your permission, can I show her exactly what she's doing good, but also shrink it down tighter? Yes. You know what? I love your glasses and I love your shirt. You seem like artistic. I'm curious, what do you do? Right straight to it. Compliment. You seem artistic. Maybe you're in fashion or something. I don't know. I'm curious, what do you do? That happened in what? 3 seconds. What do you do?
I'm a socialite.
She's a socialite. So if I could share with you how next weekend you can socialize with over 1,000 people. By the way, do you have any products or any things that you do or that you sell? Or how do you make money? I'm just curious.
Networking.
Networking. So you make money from networking? Wow. So if I could share with you a way that you could network with 1,000 people and expose what you do to them, would that be of interest to you?
I'd love to.
Love to. Boom. So quicker, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, who's next? Let's go with this lady in the middle. Who's next? Someone who hasn't spoken already. I'm going to pick.
Little one.
Which one?
Little one.
Your turn. Ready? You're paying attention? Let's give her a applause. Okay. So what you're going to do is the lady in the middle, you want to stand up? Let's give her another round of applause. The lady in the middle, okay? You're going to do a quick 30-second role play with her. Do you know the steps? Yes, go. but number one, I can't hear you.
Oh, she hasn't spoken.
Huh?
She hasn't said anything.
Oh, okay. I think she maybe said something. I didn't hear it. Okay, go ahead. Hi, my name is.
Hi, my name is Dear, and I live in Redford. Where did you get it from?
I live in Las Vegas.
You live all the way in Vegas.
I can live in Las Vegas.
Well, it's nice to meet you. I was
You got this.
I'm curious, what you have, what you
I'm the mom.
You're a landscape designer?
I am.
That's amazing. If I can help you get a lot more landscaping clients, would that be any interest for you?
It'd be phenomenal for me. It'd probably be good for you as well.
Oh, wow. Give her a applause. Okay, one more. Right here. Mrs. Taiwan. Veronica.
Monica, right? Yeah. Veronica. Everyone, my English is not very good, but I try, okay? Yes. Hi, beautiful. Hello. Are you a model? Of course. Oh, see, I knew you are a model. So, next week, we have a big event. Have 2,000 people come to this event. They have a lot of huge successful people, and they have a lot of big opportunities. You must need to come in, okay?
Why should I come here?
Because you are a model. So when you come in, a lot of people will see you, and then you can have a lot of opportunity, right? And also, well, you will be very more successful. What do you think?
Okay, give her a round of applause. Stay there. I should come in. Okay, what's working? Remember the first thing we talked about today, right? She took action. You're always going to be ahead of the game if you take action. Let's give her a round of applause for taking action. What's something else that worked? What was positive? Enthusiastic. What else?
Good communication and she's very happy.
Happy. Enthusiasm, yes. Friendly demeanor. Okay. One more?
Yeah, she thought about what could be the opportunities for her.
She thought about what the opportunities could be for her. Okay, perfect. Now, what could be improved?
Asking questions about her, like
Yeah.
beside her name and just
Yeah.
continuing.
Stick to the script. Yeah. Yeah. So, did you see? This is amazing. Give her another round of applause. This is perfect. Because actually, you helped us see the difference between the script and what we all do. Who's gone to a networking party where someone is going up to you and giving you a card and almost like they're like, just whatever. It's almost like they're vomiting on you. You're just like, get that person away from me. They're so self-absorbed. They're so into themselves. They don't see you. They're doing that with everybody. Who's ever experienced that? Right? It doesn't work the same way, correct? So what she did good is absolutely was that she was courageous, she took action, she was friendly, she was warm and all that. But she didn't use the script. So you see that when you use the script, you're asking questions and you're listening more and you're talking less. So when you ask questions, and you did, you're a model. And here's the thing, your English actually was very good. So actually, your English doesn't limit you at all. Because that English didn't limit you there in any way. It's actually asking questions. So let's do a reload. This is called the reload. So
She actually didn't ask me if I was a model. If you guys pay attention,
Yeah, actually.
She said,
Do you model?
you're a model. So I went, okay.
So Veronica, come, let's do it here. Because you got this. You got it. You're going to do this perfect. Okay? So, in the script, first thing is, hi, my name is, and what's your name? Then you pay her a compliment, anything. And then, I'm curious, what do you do? Okay? Hi, my name is, first name again?
Hi, my name is Shanghai Lin. Hi. Hi, how are you? What is your name?
Veronica.
Monica.
Veronica.
Monica. Wow, that is a beautiful name. What do you do?
I'm a coach.
You are a coach.
Yes.
What kind of coach?
I'm glad that you asked the question.
There it is.
I am a coach on transformation, peak performance, and empowering women.
Oh, you are very professional.
Yes.
So you need a more customer.
Of course.
Oh, really?
Totally different.
Next week we have a big event.
How big?
2,000 people, and then all people is rich and successful.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I think that you will customer this 2,000
Absolutely.
people.
So how do I get into that?
Who wants who now? Who wants it? She wants it. So the first one was more telling. I'm telling you, this is what my event is. This is what I have going on. The second one is asking. So write that down. Asking always beats telling. Asking always beats telling. Who wants to raise $10,000 for you? 50,000. Asking always beats is always better than telling. Because asking engages. Yeah, no, I mean, you're already there.
Okay,
Oh,
so-
she needs to get the money. Okay, let's go. All the way.
Oh, you want the VIP? It's 150. Or maybe you want the VVIP? It's 200. Which one? Yeah, second. Second.
And what's the best? What's the best city?
Of course, VVIP. Yeah. How much that? $200. Okay. Okay, yeah, I get to you 200, and you want to pay cash or check?
Okay. What was different? I mean, we already went over it, but what was different?
She was more curious.
Do you see the energy was completely different?
Yes.
Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good to have the feeling of that? You know, like you have the bird comes and it comes and eats, and you're like, wow. You know, it's just wow. Versus trying to, you know what I mean?
Oh, attack.
Or trying to convince. And also no begging.
They connected.
Huh? Connecting. So, a little bit about social media. Same thing. What do you think is more powerful? Broadcasting, this is me, this is how I look, this is what I'm doing, or engaging?
Engaging.
The algorithms of social media is all about engagement. So you'd be better off asking questions and chatting. Write this word down, conversation. Mark Zuckerberg has actually changed the algorithms of social media to elevate people that are creating a conversation and a dialogue. So instead of selling and marketing yourself and thinking that's branding, instead engage. Engage. So what questions do you have thus far, what we've covered? What questions do you not have? What's your biggest takeaway? Face your partner and share. What's the one thing you learned today that is your biggest takeaway from today? Or you want to share?
Yeah, from this conversation right here,
Yeah.
I really thought there was
do you want to be involved and help me out? Write this down. People are selfish. I hate to say that that's true, but it's true. People are selfish. They're less interested in helping you out. They're more interested in what's in it for who? For them. Yeah, okay. Face your partner, someone next to you, and share. What's the biggest, most useful thing you learned today? Go.
Stick to the script. That's all you need to do. Yeah.
Still good? It's here.
Oh yeah, the way of asking questions to make a illusion of choice. Yeah, yeah. How about Wednesday, Thursday? Not do you want, but let's go on a date. How about Wednesday or Thursday? Which one?
All right. Pause. Give each other a high five and say, "You got this."
You got this.
All right. What questions do you have? What did you learn? What would you like me to know? Yes, over here, Miss Asia, USA. What question do you have? What did you learn? What would you like me to know?
Well, I do have a question.
Yes.
Sorry, my question is,
Much better.
if you are trying to engage someone, but they're just not able to, or maybe it's in a line of business where you can't necessarily compliment their clothes, it's not the right arena to do that.
Yeah.
What are some other colors you could use that can engage them?
In this situation, not on social media, but you mean like this?
Yeah, and person to person.
Okay. So the question is, if it's not a kind of a situation where you can compliment someone, maybe because they could take it the wrong way, you know, what's another way that you could still get the same thing without having to compliment the way they look? Country, culture, language, what it's like to be a woman, what it's like to be a man, what it's like to live in America, what it's like to live in Los Angeles, family, kids, careers, jobs, you know, yeah, sports, everything. So if it's not something that they're wearing exterior, you could even speak about the interior. You know, when I walked in the elevator, I just felt your presence. You seem like someone that I would, like to get to know. Or I'm curious, what do you do? Or if you're Starbucks, how's your coffee? How do you like your coffee? Just anything. Icebreaker. Yeah, give me an example.
Yeah, so I was at a
Medical conference. Can you stand up?
I was in a medical conference that was a demographic that is primarily
Caucasian.
Caucasian. So they're also a older male demographic.
Older male in his 50s, 60s?
50s, 60s, they
Okay.
all look the same.
They all look the same? Hopefully I don't look like I'm Give me another 10 years. I'm working on it.
In the doctor world, they tend, especially I guess in that area, they tend to.
They're in here, or they're little. Oh, they're little. Okay.
Paired up style, and so it's hard to find something to connect with them. And I always sound like when I'm trying to find someone. I'll
Let's give a round of applause. Okay, come here. So, okay. So let's give her some ideas. You're at a networking event. Someone says to you, see the guy over there? He just donated $250,000 to some charity. He is one of the top medical at UCLA. And, you know, his wife or his daughter, you know something that you say, definitely you want to go say hi to him. And you go, well, of course. Okay? So he's 55 years old. He's, like she described, works hard and doesn't exercise, and he's a dad. He has got 2 kids, and he doesn't. His clothing. He doesn't dress well. He's very modest. There's nothing you can look at and go, that's a nice tie because it's really ugly. His shoes are whatever. So give her some recommendations. What would you do?
Well, you did say that someone told her about that person.
Let me remove that, and I'll tell you why. Because then she could go, well, if someone told me something amazing about him, but what do I do if I don't know anything? So let's go with you don't know anything about him.
Okay.
You just know that he's a hotshot. Like he's a powerful person in the medical industry. Let's give her some ideas. Maria?
Can you say something, like ask for advice? You can say, I have a situation. Would you mind telling me advice?
Well, the first thing you're going to do is hi.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is, first name?
Lauren.
Lauren, my name is Lauren. And you are? Dr. Smith. Awesome. And I'm excited to be, I'm going to kind of go with your thing now. I'm excited to be here. I always find it amazing coming to events where there are people in your industry. And I know that, just meeting you, obviously, you save lives. I imagine you save lots of lives. I'm curious, what do you do? You save lots of lives. See, I didn't know what I was going to say. But it just comes out. You save lots of lives. What do you do? I don't know if you're pediatric doctor, cancer, what are the other? Heart surgeon, cardiac, I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious, what do you do? Can I rewind? Okay. Hi, I'm Kaya.
Hi, I'm Dr. Smith.
Dr. Smith, that's awesome. I'm so excited being here with, these amazing people. I always attend these medical conventions because I love being around people that are saving lives. I'm curious, what do you do? That's it. And by the way, the compliment was indirectly about him, but it was about what?
Everyone in the room.
Yeah. So now I want you to imagine you're at a Grammy event. Okay, and so there's a guy who's a little more hip. I'm so excited being at this event. All these artists, and I'm curious, what do you do? Are you in front of the camera, behind the camera? What do you do? I'm a producer. So you can talk about the event. That makes sense. Another thing you could say, let's say you go to an event and you don't even know what the event is. You don't even know if there's doctors there, singer, you don't even know who's there. I'm curious. I like to go networking, and my friend recommended I come to this event. I'm not sure, who's here. I'm curious. What do you do? That's it.
I have a suggestion to you that will make it work. For me, when I want to look at a possible customer to me or want something, I search first before I go to the event. I want to make sure
what things you need to have conversation with him. So after seeing what is he is, where he lives, what he like, has married, so you have a kind of more information about it, and you come down, oh hi, how are you? And you talk about like, oh my God, I went to the last summer to that, and I got a fish and all of that. You know already he like that. You got that.
Okay.
Immediately, you can get the
Do my
conversation.
Let's give her a round of applause. All right, we can take a picture.
Okay.
Let's take a picture.
We have one more.
Thank you, guys.
Yay!